Hi, my name is Taylor Jordan, and the ESL method and strategy I will be talking about today is the exit ticket. The purpose of an exit ticket is to see a student's progress and/or understanding of the lesson in an informal measure. They make students think critically because the question on the exit ticket will either be a self-reflection, where it asks the students how well they understand each topic or what they are struggling with, or the question can be a purely content-based question for the teacher to get a better grasp on what the students understand. For example, a question could be, write one question you have about today's lesson, which is a self-reflective question, but a content-based question could be, what is 2 plus 3 minus 9? The exit slips are given out at the end of the lesson, usually at the end of class. After the teacher collects the exit slips, they are able to review the answers given to see how they need to alter or modify their lesson plans in order to meet the needs of their students better. The exit ticket is a very broad and versatile strategy, which means it can be used for any content area. It can contain any question about any subject, from multiplication to photosynthesis. Furthermore, the exit ticket works with any level of proficiency because it can have any type of question at any level of difficulty. The question could be very basic, such as what is 1 plus 1, or the question could be more advanced, such as if a dog seller had 8 dogs and then sells 2 of them, how many dogs does he have left? Additionally, the question could be discuss how today's lessons can be connected to the real world. This question can be answered by any student at any level because they are connecting what they learned to their own personal background knowledge. For the sample activity, we will be working with first grade math. The materials required are half a sheet piece of paper given to each student, a writing utensil for each student, and a whiteboard or smartboard with the exit ticket question written on it for all the students to see. The content objective for this math lesson is, I am learning about attributes of objects. I can distinguish closed or unclosed sides, number of sides, color, and size. I am analyzing. The corresponding TEKS is 4C. Students use basic shapes and spatial reasoning to model objects in their environment and construct more complex shapes. Students are able to identify, name, and describe basic two-dimensional shapes and three-dimensional solids. The language objective for this math lesson is, I can orally compare the difference between two objects like this. This object has blank sides, while this object has blank sides. This object is the color blank and has blank sides. This object is also the color blank, but it has blank sides. The corresponding ELPS are 3D, speak using grade level content, area, vocabulary, and context to internalize new English words and build academic language proficiency, and 3E, share information in cooperative learning interactions. For this first grade math class, the sample activity will be an arts and crafts activity after I read them a fun read aloud book about shapes. After the lesson plan and activity are over, we have cleaned up and packed up with 5 minutes left in class. Now I begin the basic steps for the exit ticket strategy. I will pass out a half sheet of paper to each student. Then I will display the exit ticket question on the smart board with a red square underneath the question. The exit ticket question will be, what is the name of this shape? How many sides does this shape have? What color is this shape? The exit ticket will contain 3 different questions because as a teacher, I want to check and see if my students understand the whole content objective or just parts of it. And if so, which parts? The students will have 5 minutes to answer, so they are not rushed, but I will ask them not to talk, so it is an assessing of each individual's knowledge. Once they have answered, I will have an exit ticket bucket that the students will put their paper in. I will count the number of papers before the bell rings to make sure that I have every student's, and then, after school is over and the students have left, I will examine the answers on the exit ticket. From there, the teacher can reevaluate in her lesson and plan where she needs to modify it best to help her students. This informal measure of a student's knowledge can also be an indicator of which proficiency level they are most likely to be at, which then can help determine how to proceed with their individual roadmap to get them to where they need to be. Similar to Krashen's effective filter hypothesis, if used correctly, exit slips have the power to help an ELL's self-confidence, anxiety level, alienation, and stress. According to the theory, students will learn a second language better if they are more relaxed and comfortable. No one else sees the answer on the exit ticket except the teacher, and the exit tickets are usually not graded. This means that it takes a lot of stress and anxiety off the ELLs because these tickets do not affect their grade if they get the answer wrong. And no other students are going to see their answer, so they have no reason to be embarrassed. And once the teacher has a better understanding of who needs extra practice or what should be changed in the lesson plan, the students' knowledge will only improve, therefore improving their confidence and decreasing their alienation feeling. Furthermore, Krashen's input hypothesis relates to exit tickets because you can make the exit ticket question one step further beyond the student's level I+1, which will inform the teacher if her lessons are comprehensible for the students. Additionally, exit tickets work very well with TEL, PAS, PLDS in more than one way. For example, the teacher gives out the same question to every student and then based on the student's response can help determine which proficiency level they are at. Another way is to hand out different exit ticket questions to different students based on what proficiency level they are already at. This way, the teacher can assess if each student is on track with their own individual roadmap. No student should get left behind no matter what proficiency level they're at.